Let's toss it into Wayne now for our official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest brought to you by Howler Head Whiskey is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series Lightweight Division. Introducing your first competitor fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, and he weighed in at 154 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, today he makes his amateur debut. This is Ferris. Jundi! And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 6 feet tall, and he weighed in officially at 154.8 pounds. Fighting out of Katy, Texas, today he seeks his first amateur win. This is Nate, the Great Ferris! Your referee in charge, Jeff Rexroad.
All right. Third fight just about ready to go here. The man, Jeff Rexroad, in charge of this 155-pound bout.
Yeah, man, these are some big, strong 55ers. Just shredded up.
Harris, the red gloves on. Jundi going to have the blue gloves on as Harris goes in for a takedown here. Jundi trying to wrap the neck up, though.
Now they're fresh and strong, and there's no arm trapped here. If Ferris can throw that left leg over, I mean, he'll be in a genuine, strong guillotine attempt. The fact that he's not really committing to lower body positioning is probably showing that choke isn't as deep as he would like it to be. But looking at this angle, that is under the neck, and there's no arm in right now. I mean, if I'm Ferris, I'm jumping on this guillotine. But you know, his hands are now disconnected. He elects to hit an underhook instead.
Yeah, doing a great job with that framing there on the thigh of Harris with his right leg. That's eliminating that big lift that Harris wants to do to try to get himself out of this position. But
so now he's got his hands connected, does Ferris. But now Nate actually did a really good job in trapping the non-choking side leg. If Ferris can't wrap that leg around, he can't put his hips into this choke. It'll be uncomfortable. He's squeezing on his head, but it's not going to choke him to sleep.
Gets his hand stuck from out at the bottom. Gets his hands together now. Von Flue choke potentially.
So doing it from mount is probably not going to happen, but he uses it to get on top. That was really cool. I mean, that was finding value. Oh, man, big explosive reversal there. Triangle attempt here from Nate. We've seen him use this in previous fights, but Ferris did a good job keeping that right elbow super tight. We got to watch for up kicks to Ferris and the triangle choke. I mean,
right back into that triangle.
This is about as good as it's going to get.
Lift and slam here oftentimes only puts you deeper in the triangle.
And yeah, now he's got to figure forward. If he can get the arm across and then cut an angle, Ferris is going to find himself in a really deep submission early on.
Triangle is locked up pretty tight here.
He doesn't have much of an angle. It'll still choke him. Oh, wow.
Another big slam there from Jundi, trying to get some relief here on this triangle choke.
Now he's got the angle and the posture broken. I think we're going to see a tap
he's hooking the arm as well here, Alex.
I mean, this is deep. The figure four's locked. The only thing that's kind of saving Ferris is maybe jamming Nate against the cage, but I would not want to be here. Notice Ferris's left arm is across the hip, opposed to being across the body. So they got to get that arm in position. Without that arm in position, it's not impossible. It's very challenging to finish these triangles.
See the big amount of space there inside that.
Yeah, really jamming and crowding them up.
15 seconds left here in the first round. We'll see if Jundi's able to weather this triangle storm and get out of the first. There's 10-second clapper. It looks like he's going to be able to do so.
Ferris just doesn't believe in triangles. No, I'm just kidding. He's hammer fisting successfully. Oh, to be young again and have all the juice in the world to pick guys up 3 times.
Looking for the big lift there at the end of the round.
Man, I'll tell you, we get to see a grindhouse person fighting for the belt tonight. In the debut fight, there was a grindhouse guy just physical as all heck. This man here in Ferris, physical. I know Grindhouse has a big strength conditioning focus at their gym, and man, it shows in their fighters physically and technically.
Yeah, the coach, Alyssa Cantu over there, has a phenomenal strength and conditioning program that she puts all sorts of athletes through, but especially her MMA fighters. You want them to be well prepared coming in here for battle. You see here in the corner there with Coach Zach Henson as well.
Yeah, Henson making his return to the cage, I believe.
Looking forward to that,
March,
man. Yeah, really looking forward to that. That makes me happy. I seen a poster over there on the side of the cage with his face on it. Really made me happy to see. I was telling Wayne that. Really makes me happy to see that man's face back on a poster. Focused, ready to get back in the cage himself. Second round action just about ready to go here. All right, cage door locked. Looks like we're about ready to go. Second round underway. Ooh, Harris opens with a big overhand right that narrowly misses.
Good level change from Harris, but a deep underhook here punched by Ferris.
Jundi looking for the takedown, able to do so, gets that leg kicked out, top half guard now. Little shoulder strikes, love to see that.
And that's what I mean about Nathan Harris. He's a great fighter. You know, his record's 0 for 2, but he's a lot better than that record sounds. But like what I mean is, you know, he shot to close the distance and then ended up getting taken down himself. So there's a lot of good intention and effort, but there's just like some guidance or routing issues that end up putting him in bad spots. And again, example in the first round, you know, he went from almost getting guillotined to ending up in top mount and then gets reversed but into a triangle. So he does a good job like finding opportunities, you know, no matter the position, you know, but we need more consistent routing in MMA on top. So Nate kind of pinned his own right arm looking for that, you know, kind of half underhook. You either go all the way to the inside hip to hit that like almost north-south swing style escape, or you frame, which he's getting now, and you create some space. Nate needs to get to his right side so he can get that right bottom leg under and around the waist, or even on the hips to hit a get up. Oh, good transition there.
Yeah, Jundi
from
doing a
Ferris.
great job.
Nate tries to roll him.
Ooh, Ferris fighting for the
Is he
back
going to have
here.
success in this reversal? They're on the fence. I notice Ferris's angle is off, but his constriction is on. Notice he's got that little chin strap with the left hand. Nice. It looks like he's going to salvage this back take.
Yep. If not, going to come out on top here. Mounted position now. Ferris Jundi.
That was a really important moment in this round, in this fight. That was effectively a post battle. Whoever posted and got their hips on top first wins it. And Ferris, you know, invested in that exchange, and now he's, you know, riding in top mount because of it.
Don't worry about the grapevine first. Get underneath it. Turn your side. Trapping bridge now.
30 seconds left here in the second round. Ferris Jundi on top here of Harris.
Bottom mount guillotine?
Yeah.
Not so. What it does do is
what you were alluding to earlier, right?
Yeah, and like in this grip, we'll like crunch the posture, and it can allow for some reversals, but it's usually a misplay. I mean, I'll tell you, for Ferris Jundi, for his debut, man, and this pace, he's really keeping great composure, really good timing, really good techniques. You can tell he had a lot of teammates fighting on this card. It seems like they all train together very hard.
Absolutely, yeah. Everybody training hard, getting ready for fight night. You know, when you have multiple bodies, we talk about this, you know, on multiple cards before, but when you have multiple bodies in camp all getting ready for the same fight night, the room elevates all together. Everyone kind of rises to the occasion. The energy is through the roof. Everyone's grinding hard. Everyone's suffering together. So when you come out here, having that type of work mentality all the way through to fight night, you know that whole squad just ready to go. And you can see right here, Jundi controlling these positions, salvaging the back attack there, like you said, turning it over into a full mount, and then ending the round in that dominant position. A little bit of a turning of the tides I see in some cardio as well. Harris maybe starting to fade just a touch, but Jundi really starting to...
Jundi looks great.
Yeah,
I mean,
really starting to kind of get that waterfall, that avalanche
and
effect.
now a big difference here. Now, granted, Jundi's passing this debut test with an A+ right now in terms of composure, but Nathan Harris has been here 2 times before. He's seen the distance twice. Or I suppose in his debut he made it to the 3rd round. So this is not unfamiliar waters for him. Whereas for Jundi it is, but I mean, man's got a good pop to him still.
Yeah, everything looks tight. Everything is nice and controlled. He's not really throwing anything too crazy or, you know, debut-ish, you could call it, you know.
I mean, that low kick was so far the best strike that Harris has landed.
Ferris looking for the takedown. Got a good level change. Has his hands together around the backside. Going to look to get that knee post out.
Yeah, I think he's
Harris out.
going to finish this. He's got double underhooks, you know, rear to back, you know, I'm sorry, head to back, kind of rear exposure, and the leg trapped. I mean, Ferris has a lot of options here.
Pummel in, pummel. Cross face and pummel. Cross face, don't let him control the grip. Don't let him put his hands together.
Harris looking to attack the neck here. Maybe make Jundi think twice about the takedown attempt here, but still driving Harris into the cage. This is Ferris, Jundi.
We'll see if Nathan can't maybe hit an anaconda choke. It looks like he's going for this guillotine. Now, granted, he's got to get that right leg around. We had just seen this earlier. I mean, man, the upper body half is in, but the lower body half is very out of position. Now, these high elbow guillotines or ninja chokes can be finished from effectively any position. That's how deep they are on the neck. But, man, you can tell Ferris just knows the routing on these guillotines. Notice he stepped that left leg over kind of in a half guard. There's a little bit of a, oh no, he was just posting on the cage with his fist.
Looked like he was pushing away. Softening the body up there a little bit. I mean, this is once more, he's in a mounted position here, is Harris. Going for this guillotine. Jundi just pounding on the body here, trying to get him to let go. 1 minute left here in the fight. Looks like Ferris going to pop his head out momentarily here.
So, like, this is a tricky one. I don't think Nathan wins this even if he gets up. Maybe going for broke on the guillotine is the play, but he's got to get his hips out. He's got to clear not one, but both knee lines, scoot his butt far back, sit up, bite on that choke and wrap close guard, or else he will lose this fight.
Not much time left to work with. 20 seconds left in the fight.
Meek, I know it's frustrating, but you can't sit there and say he's just holding that, because we all know that. We're all watching that. Like, you got to find a way out.
Looking a little dejected there, telling his coaches.
I mean, I've been there, man. It's frustrating, but what I've learned, you know, in time is like,
no matter what, there is a way out.
Yeah, and it's up to you and you alone.
All right, this one's going to head to the judges' scorecards. Ferris Jundi, Nathan Harris going the distance here in our third fight of the afternoon here at Fury Amateur Series 51. Grindhouse MMA been busy so far. 2 of the 3 fights had one of their combatants in the contest. We'll see if they come out successful here in this fight. All right, see some of the replays here, some of the exchanges we got to see. There's that reversal early on from Ferris. That triangle attempt, which is probably the deepest submission, the deepest threat early on in the fight. Had him in that triangle for quite some time, ended the round that way. And then there's a little bit of the turning of the tide. Now Ferris finding his way on top. All right, looks like Wayne has got our decision. Let's toss to him and make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for your decision. Brought to you by EricTheDefender.com. The scores are 30-27, 29-28, and 29-28. Your winner by unanimous decision, Ferris Jundi.
The decision going to Ferris Jundi, making a successful debut here at Fury Amateur Series 51. He is now an undefeated fighter. Congratulations to him and his team. Grindhouse MMA, getting the job done here. Gonna get the patented post-fight picture here from Hosanna Roll. And that'll take us right to our next fight. Let's go to Wayne to find out who those fighters are.